Well, we've got a guest for you coming up, a speaker that is a very busy man. K. Carl Smith, an unyielding defender of the Constitution. K. Carl Smith is a former Army officer. He's the founder and president of the Frederick Douglass Republican Movement, and he's the author of the best-selling book entitled Frederick Douglass Republicans, the Movement to Reignite America's Passion for Liberty. Please, everybody, welcome K. Carl Smith.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. It is a deed and an honor for me to come and share a message with you why we should be against this current immigration bill that will destroy the economic infrastructure of our country. And I want you to take a look around you. That this is not a Republican Party rally, nor is this a Democrat Party rally. This is America's citizens' rally. And we're here to say to our elected leaders, respect us and respect this nation. Respect us. You know, the United States is a nation of immigrants. Back in the 1800s, the Chinese were brought here to work on the railroad. Back in December 7th, 1868, Frederick Douglass was asked to comment on Chinese immigration, and he spoke to an audience in Boston, Massachusetts. I want to share with you part of that speech that Douglass gave. And when I share this quote with you, listen to the citizenization process that Douglass outlines. And I quote, "We shall mold them, each after his kind, into Americans. Indian and Celt, Negro and Saxon, Latin and Tetun, Mongolian and Caucasian, Jew and Gentiles, all shall here bow to the same law. Speak the same language. Enjoy the same liberty. Vibrate with the same national enthusiasm. And seek the same national ends." In that speech, Douglass used the eagle as a metaphor. He said the wings of the American eagle is so broad that we should welcome anyone that want to come to his country and improve the quality of life for themselves and their family. But Douglass said there's a process that must be followed. Douglass said, one, we must bow to the same law. Bow is a form of respect. Respect the rule of law. Douglass said, two, we must speak the same language. We got to have a common language so we can communicate. Because the common language provides breath into our economy that allows the American eagle to soar to higher heights. We got to speak the same language. Then Douglass said they must understand the duties of citizenship in this country. The first duty of citizenship is to obey the law and to study and value the significance of our Constitution. This is what Frederick Douglass said, an ex-slave, a man who achieved higher heights in this country because of opportunity. You know the story of Douglass. For the first 20 years of his life, he was a slave. He was a slave for the first 20 years of his life. Slave master took care of his health care. The slave master provided him clothing. The slave master provided him food and shelter. Some would say that Frederick Douglass was a 47%er. But the story does not end there. After he escaped from slavery, after he escaped from the slave master plantation, Douglass discovered his God-given gifts and his God-given talents. He took his obsession and made it a profession that we can do in this country. When he passed away in 1895 as a result of a heart attack at the age of 77, a man who was a 47%er died as a 1%er because when he died, Frederick Douglass had $300,000 in savings, which is the equivalent of over $10 million today. He was a 47%er who became a 1%er. Why? Because in this country, we have an opportunity to improve our quality of life. We have an opportunity to improve our quality of life. So while we welcome immigrants to come to this country, at the same time, we must protect and preserve this society. That's what this is all about. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. And the way we save this nation, I'll share this with you and I'll leave. If you want to be successful in securing the blessings of liberty for your children and your posterity, start reading the writings of Frederick Douglass. Thank you so very much.